And we're back at the Birdcage, Sunday morning baseball, if you can still call it the morning here at 11:59 a.m. The finale of the weekend series between your number one ranked Tampa Spartans and the Post-University Eagles. Taylor Storley, Landon Wise back on the call. Landon, one more win for the sweep and an 8-0 start for the Spartans. Do you think the Spartans got a shot at it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, after these past couple games, they just played nothing but perfect baseball. I mean, obviously there were some errors on the play yesterday evening, but let's see if we can clean this game up. Hopefully for a sweep, and yeah, I'm excited to see some action here this Sunday morning.
And the action will be coming from this man on the mound. B.J. Bailey gets the start for the Spartans, his second start of the year, but it'll be the third time he's tasked with going a starter's distance in the series that started the year out in Georgia College. B.J. Bailey had a bullpen appearance, go 4 frames, 4 scoreless frames at that. He's always upbeat, he's always positive, and he's looking to make it 10 in a row for the Spartans dating back from last season. Let's give you a look at the Post offense as they line up for this game against the left-hander. It'll be Kevin Diaz leading off, followed by the switch-hitting Evan Cornwell. Evan Erglovich at the DH position today bats third, with Maiko Cardona batting cleanup. Manny Contreras bats fifth, with Ryan Davey batting sixth. Jaron Foster is bound in seventh today. Gil Dolan in eighth. Renee Vega, the other switch hitter in the lineup, batting ninth. A couple more lefties present today for Post, even against the lefty B.J. Bailey. We'll give him some split advantages later down the order. Through 9 innings this season, Bailey has struck out 6, walked 2. He's given up 1 earned run, giving him a 1.0 ERA alongside a 1.0 whip. Tampa's ERA as a team ballooned to 1.03 thanks to the 8 runs conceded yesterday, although a majority of them were unearned as Tampa surrendered a total of 5 errors. And it definitely was not a positive day on defense. Coach Urso said he'd never want to see a day like that again on defense. But thankfully for the Spartans, they also put up 19 runs. They had 18 hits, drew plenty of walks, got plunked a few times, getting on base, just like Spartans fans know and love. First pitch now from Bailey to Diaz to kick off Sunday baseball. Ball 1, just outside. Not Garavito, Irigoyen forms the battery again, force a habit, calling out the former Spartan catcher. The 1-0 from the 17. Tipped, strike 1. That one awkwardly hits Irigoyen. Urso sang Irigoyen's praises yesterday, talking about him and Woodburn's performances at the plate. It was a great day for both of them on offense, with Woodburn going yard for his 3rd home run of the season. He was just a triple shy of the cycle before getting replaced late game by A.J. Graham. Irigoyen wasn't chasing a cycle, but he had a 2 RBI single, and he got on base in each of his 4 trips to the plate. Diaz was not as lucky. He is 1 for 7 in the season, but still maintaining that leadoff role for the Post offense, getting a lot of trust from Coach Skold. 1-2 now from Bailey. He'd love to start the game with a strikeout. Froze him, but it falls too low. Now, from that angle, it looked like a good pitch. But from a broadcast angle, you see it really falls all the way down. That tells you how good that curveball can move.
Oh, right.
Because it could fool us in the booth.
Oh, absolutely, Taylor.
This one ripped to Ponce. Scooped up on the grab. Good throw. 1 away.
That was a great scoop by Ponce. Just great routine play. 1 out, 2 to go.
Not the hardest play to make it short, but it is a play you gotta make it short.
Absolutely.
And Ponce's been great with the glove all season. There have been a couple of rough plays that have gone his way this weekend, from really tough balls to reach or throws where someone wasn't able to cleanly cover or stay on the bag when receiving it. But so far, you really can't complain about the junior at the shortstop position, especially when you look at his contributions at the plate. He'll be batting leadoff once we roll to the bottom of the first. 0-1 now. 0-2 to Cornwell. You see Cornwell on that right-handed batter's box. He's been batting lefty quite a bit this weekend, facing off against the Spartans righties. But again, he'll go back and forth depending on who's on the mound. Fouled. That one stays in the confines of the park. Really good showing of fans today, though, for Greek Week game. There will be some fun middle inning events that different sororities and fraternities across campus will be doing. I know one of them that they always like to do is a bobbing for apples competition, as there's a swing and a miss. An 0-2 strikeout in the first of the game for B.J. Bailey. But always cool to see Greek life around campus coming here to the game to support the Spartans, get to see some baseball, and get to put on a show while everyone's warming up.
Absolutely. More the merrier. Is that right, Taylor?
For sure. 2 away now to bring up the lefty Erglovich, who is 2 for 6 on the season. He's also drawn 2 walks. Actually, he's plated 2 runs. Have been some players with a couple of walks for the post offense. Erglovich would like to get one here to get someone on board. He'll now see the 1-0 from B.J. Bailey. That one's going to miss. 2-0. Hit sharply to third, scooped up by Graham. His throw's on target to Vanacek, and the inning's over. And Bailey has a clean start to the ball game. 3 up, 3 down. And that'll take us to the bottom of the first, where the Spartans look to get on the board when we come back at the Birdcage.
Is for any of us to decide. A place.
About to continue in the bottom of the first. The T-shirt toss has just concluded here at the field. We were hoping to get some souvenirs up in the booth, but sadly they couldn't throw that far up. It's not a super high up booth, but it is at the top of the bleachers here at the Birdcage. And it gives us a great view of the warming up starter. Harvey Valera takes the mound for a post for today's game. He is a two-way man, a recent transfer who previously had more of an impact on offense, but he'll get a start here on defense, either as an opener or maybe even be able to go a little bit longer. We'll have to wait and see. But as we get started, let's introduce your Tampa Spartans. Jesse Ponce leads off for Tampa, followed by Braden Woodburn, Jordan Evans, and Joander Irigoyen. Jake Books bats 5th today. Walker Vanacek 6th, Gunnar Carlson 7th, Javi Soto 8th, AJ Graham 9th. Graham replaces Fikar, while Irigoyen and Books swap 4th and 5th in the order. But apart from that, it's the same starting 9. First pitch to Ponce, who is standing pretty close to the plate. High and inside, strike 1. A good day today is what Ponce will be hoping for. Picked up 2 hits on 4 at-bats yesterday. Also had a sacrifice, as the count goes 1-1. Low and in, 2-1 for Ponce. He's sitting 348 on the season, and he's also had 2 long balls dating back to that Montevallo series, as well as the first one he hit against Georgia College. The only Spartan to go yard in that 2-game stretch. Kind of impressive considering Tampa still managed to score 18 runs that weekend. 2-2 now. Good location from Valera.
Oh,
Haunts to deep left right field, but it's gonna fall at the warning track. So close for Ponce. 1 away.
that looked like that was going to be gone from our view. Great hit, though.
He got under it, but the wind might be blowing a little bit further in today, and that likely robbed him of number 3 on the season. Yesterday, the wind couldn't rob Braden Woodburn. He's up to 3 long balls on the year. He also has 10 RBIs, and he's batting over 500. He just keeps getting better throughout his time with the Spartans. First pitch to Woodburn. He'll take strike 1. Sire relief, I bet, for Harvey Valera, who comes out of the Dominican Republic, previously out of Calhoun Community College. High and inside, good check swing from Woodburn. 1-1. Good slider, but maybe a little too aggressive on the frame by Contreras. He's had a good job this weekend behind home plate playing defense. He forms the battery with Valera. 2-1 on the way. Tipped foul was a high slider. And Woodburn, kind of a late decision to swing. 2-2. Level counts in the early going. Down low. Contreras popped up ready for strike 3. But that'll bring the count full for Braden Woodburn, who's looking to get on base again. Tampa's been getting plenty of free bases this weekend, something that Coach Skold is hoping that Post can improve upon as the series and season continues. Payoff pitch. Woodburn flared into right field. That'll get by the second baseman, and it is a 1-out single for the Spartans. Weak contact gets the job done to bring up Jordan Evans. Evans recently moving from the leadoff spot to third in the order, flipping with Jesse Ponce. I think that might be to try to help Evans get a couple more RBIs, but he has also still done a really good job across the order this season. 333, 455, 444 slash line this season. Will Woodburn go? He stays put. And a little bit quicker out of the stretch now is Valera as he gets a whiff for strike 1. Woodburn has picked up 7 steals on the year. He leads the Spartans, who are 12 for 13 on the base path. They didn't go for a steal yesterday. They didn't really need to. Now maybe Woodburn goes right here. The 0-1. High, good check swing by Evans. I think it's safe to say, Landon, that Tampa's found the 9 guys they want to rely upon at the plate. But then they also have plenty of players off the bench, like Maddox King, who's not featuring today, that they can always shuffle in and use in an emergency. And they'll have players returning eventually. Jack Martinez picked up an injury last weekend on that rough collision at home plate. But he'll be getting more action when he returns sometime soon as well. And it's good to see that Tampa's got players like Graham and Fikar who can play third base as replacements.
That's what's great about this team is just nothing but developmental.
It is deep as well. You know, we got a lot of players, and it's tough to say that we don't have superstars if you look at the numbers, because we kind of do. We got a lot of really good performing players, but in the scheme of things, we just have an entire cast of really strong players.
Yeah, and experienced players too. Like most of our team is upperclassmen, so that's what's just great about this team is they built that family connection.
Quick pickoff throw for Woodburn. Good idea, as Woodburn is a big base stealing threat. We saw Montevallo pretty aggressive with pickoff throws last weekend. Post a little bit less so. 2-2 coming up to Jordan Evans. 78 degrees, partly cloudy skies that are actually clearing up. This one could be 2. Evans will have to hustle. Flip to Vega. Throw to first. They got it. 6-4-3. And the side is retired. Cornwell to Vega to Cardona. Tampa haven't hit into too many double plays this season, but they do so to end a fruitless bottom of the first. Good start for Valera. We'll be back in the top of the second. Cardona, Contreras.
There's a place somewhere between beach and bustle, steeped in warmth. side by side. There is a place at the heart of a city where inspiration arrives in quiet moments and possibilities ring out in concert with our past.
And the warm-up's complete. Bottom of the second, about to begin. Taylor Storley, Landon Wise on the call for the weekend from the Birdcage. Tampa is looking to make it an 8-0 start. Post are looking to avoid going down on a 12-game losing streak, spawning from the end of last season. But Post will have plenty of chances to turn it around next weekend. They'll be heading down to Myrtle Beach, returning for a Myrtle Beach Invitational weekend. They've got a lot of games back-to-back against a lot of tough Northeastern foes. It was a series after winning their conference championship, making it to regional play in the postseason last year in 2024. They started 2025 going 0-5 through that split. Not ideal.
No.
But Coach Skold is optimistic that the team can rally and rebound this year, even though they are going to have some tough opponents from Malloy to Mercy, Southern Connecticut State, and Franklin Pierce. A lot of strong tournament teams. Irigoyen, he's a strong tournament guy. Big right field single for the catcher to get aboard to start the inning.
He's been doing good on the bats this weekend.
Certainly is. His average is bumped all the way up to 360, and he comfortably leads Tampa now with 14 RBIs on the year. Jake Books would like to get on the board. He's still hitting 333 on the season, too.
Yep.
Two-way man, Valero, will continue. He did more hitting throughout his time at his previous school, but so far, he's looking to form more of a role in the pitching staff for Post. Skold mentioned that he might be active today more in an opening role rather than a true starter, so might see more of a bullpen day out of the Eagles. And it makes sense that they're going to want to get their guys warmed up throughout the series against the Spartans. They've got 5 games in 4 successive days next week, so they're going to be going through their arms really quickly. Tampa, on the other hand, just has a 3-game stretch next weekend here against St. Leo to kick off conference play. Small lead for Irigoyen. He'll stay put. Books to right field, but it'll probably send Irigoyen back to first. Running catch made by Foster. That'll bring up Walker Vanacek. Not a bad hit from Books, but it was a lot like the flyout from Ponce, just a little bit weaker. Couldn't drop as a blooper either. Yesterday, Vanacek didn't leave the fans hungry. He delivered a grand salami, the first grand salami of the season for the Spartans, to give them a pretty comfortable advantage in yesterday's game. Vanacek certainly needed it. He was a little bit quiet throughout the start of the weekend, and even the season per se. But that is helping him heat up a bit. He now has 6 RBIs on the year, including that long ball. And Coach Skold lamented that Tampa's been finding some good success from their power bats this weekend as the count goes 1-1. Tampa have had quite a few home runs here at home. Taking a look at just yesterday exclusively, they picked up 2, and they picked up even more on Friday night. 1-1 now to Vanacek. That was a good slider, but he'll take it for strike 2. Generally, don't get away with too many of those offerings. So we'll see what Valera responds with a 1-2 count to Vanacek. Double play opportunity is on the board again. He's forced weak contact out of the Tampa bats. That's not weak contact. Deep to left field. Is it going 320? It is not.
Nice.
Catch made and left. Dolan gets out number 2.
Just a bit short.
And again, it might be the wind leading to a little benefit for Post, where those balls aren't flying as deep as they were yesterday.
It's giving the Eagles their favor, that's for sure.
Gunnar Carlson steps up with 2 outs and a man on first. Carlson is someone Coach Urso is looking to rely upon at the plate a lot this season. Similar to Maddox King, he's been working up reps at the plate. He's been kind of returning from some injury-shortened campaigns as that's fouled away for strike 1. Didn't get too many chances to shine last season at Rice. He's a guy that'll get a lot of work this year for the Spartans. 0-1 to the lefty. That one's going to take a weird hop all the way up on the net against the net. And that'll bring the runner to second. A wild pitch advances the runner. And that was a really weird bounce.
It was. Hit him, and then, like, it's like a double bounce almost.
There might be a trampoline on Contreras' catching gear, because usually the ball doesn't bounce up that high. That was almost up to the level of the booth.
Right?
That comfortably puts Irigoyen in scoring position.
That was like to our, like, above our eye level.
That would have been an interesting souvenir if there wasn't a fan protective net back here.
All right.
Although it's a good thing there is a net, because foul balls could be very worrisome for fans sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
As there's a good located slider to make it a 2-2 count. Good spot for Valera. First time he's seeing a man in scoring position. There have been a couple of bad pass balls and wild pitches from the post staff this weekend so far, giving Tampa another free base. But can they strand the runner at second? 2-2? Not yet. It'll bring a full count for Carlson. Javi Soto awaits on deck. He's been the everyday left fielder for Tampa. Valera, payoff pitch. Carlson into right field. That'll get down, and Tampa will take the lead. Carlson's going to go to second. Is he thinking three? He is held up at 2, a standing RBI double. Irigoyen strolls home, and Tampa is back on top in the bottom of the second.
Wow, just a great drive to the open turf in the right field, just to bring him home. That's what we like to see.
Good hustle by Carlson to make it to second. Would have had a chance at 3, but no need to roll the dice just yet. That'll bring Javi Soto to the plate. A.J. Graham awaits.
One batter at a time.
Popped up by Soto, strike 1.
Speaking of the birdcage, that definitely would have. I think that went out of the field.
Yeah, if it's like a foul, like
Don't worry about the fouls. Just if it's like down the line. It's like 0-1 to Soto. Soto hit through the hole, and that'll bring home another. Will be a close play at the plate for the throw from Dolan, but not in time. And actually gets away to allow the runner to advance. The first error potentially of the season for Post puts Soto in scoring position after an RBI single. You gotta test the user. That time, Tampa converts. 2-0 Spartans to bring up A.J. Graham. Coach Skold mentioned that he is pretty happy that his team had been error-free throughout the weekend. And I don't know if that'll be called on as an error. Doesn't look like it for the moment on the scoreboard. But that's the first time they've had a true errant throw on defense so far this weekend. Being good defensively disciplined is definitely a good trait to start the season, I'd argue, for Post. 1-0 to A.J. Graham, that one missing from Valera. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And they are going to add an error onto the Post tally after that missed throw to home plate. It's an RBI single for Soto, and he advances to second. Popped up. That is going straight into the infield. Tough to find in the sun. Third baseman coming in, making the catch, losing his hat. Good hustle by Davey. 3 hits, plate 2. Tampa takes the lead. And while Graham can't get back over a 500 batting average just yet, it's a strong inning for the Spartans as Bailey gets ready to return to the mound.
side by side. There's a place at the heart of a city where inspiration arrives in quiet moments.
Just playing to that.
And here we go. Bottom of the fourth inning. Looks like Valera is back. What was potentially going to be an opening outing is turning into a bit of a full-fledged start. Stellar job by the starter so far. The two arms in game one also got some praise from Coach Skold earlier today. He was happy with what Portes and Velasquez were able to do, combining for 4 innings each. And while they did surrender 5 runs combined, they did a good job to keep Tampa from being too productive on the base path. And today, Tampa finding similar struggles against Valera as there is more activity down in the post bullpen. 42 pitches so far for Valera. The first one lined up the middle. Another hit for Irigoyen. He is cruising through the weekend.
Like I've been saying, Taylor, he's just been nothing but bat to ball.
His last, trying to double check, 7 at bats. Irigoyen has gone on base with, I think, 4 hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. He has been very productive on getting on board for the Spartans. Here's Jake Books. He flew out last time. He'll take ball 1. Irigoyen's also now slugging .720 on the year, thanks to those big home runs he's been hitting. Notably, that big 2 home run day on Friday. Obviously, Irigoyen was going to be one of the big productive guys for Tampa as a returning player. It just took him a series to fully heat back up. He is now basically hitting the same as Braden Woodburn in this recent stretch. And that is code word for doing really good, as that's tipped foul 1 and 2. Woodburn hitting over 500 for the weekend. Irigoyen hitting over 500 for the weekend. I reckon those two are in line to be Spartan and Conference Players of the Week. Although I think there is one of the awards going to a pitcher. We'll see if that ends up maybe going to the way of Sammy Beer for his excellent 4-inning save. Runner off first, 1-2 to Books. Fouled away, he stays alive. Tampa looking for a 10-game win streak. They started 2025 on a pretty big winning streak to start the year. And this one's going to be grounded on the ground. Will be too slow for double play. Will it be slow enough to get Books? Yeah, not enough time to field it. Great hustle. Jake Books with an infield single. That is why you always got to run on those rollers.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Had those quick feet.
If you give up on the base path, you won't be able to turn those plays into infield hits. Great hustle from Books. 2 on for Vanacek. And I wonder if Vanacek's going to bunt the runners over. He's hit a grand slam earlier this weekend. That's why I think it might be a good idea to call the bunt, because Davey won't be ready to field it down that third base line.
Yeah.
But I also know that Vanacek could smell blood in the water. 1-0. 2-0, and he's going to get ahead quickly against Valera. This might be where you look to that bullpen. Valera continuing the 4th inning here, but he's already conceded 2 more base runners. 6 hits allowed in the day. Only 2 of them have come home to score. And I think there might have been a violation or a timeout called. Trying to see what they're going to call there. Either way, Vanacek's going to rip one foul, so we will have a strike added no matter what. 2-1, I believe. I don't think it's 2-2. Two and 1 coming up. Valera to Vanacek. Vanacek down the middle, tracking back his Diaz. He read it correctly, even though it was a little bit of a delayed move. That'll add the first out of the frame. Very important out for Valera to get. He'll now take on Carlson. Coach Skold wanted Valera to be consistent, and he hasn't given up a walk today, so I'd say he's doing a pretty good job of that. Finding strikes, challenging batters. And while Tampa has been able to plate some runners, they've been a little less productive at the plate with only one extra base hit so far. Tampa has been rocking some big extra base hits throughout the weekend. 1-1, good spot from Valera. His pitch count's over 50. You'd imagine this will be his final inning if he can get out of it. Valera checking the runner at second. 1-1 to Carlson. 2-1, missing high. Bailey's been working quickly. You do imagine he's not going to go too deep. Coach Joe wants to get some more relievers some action, but also wants to make sure his starters are fully rested up for the St. Leo series next weekend. Always a fun downtown quote-unquote rivalry. Not really a rivalry as the count goes 2-2. But always fun when we try to take home the Tampa crown against our friends down at St. Leo. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Big whiff by Carlson. And it's a first strikeout of the season for Valera. That'll bring up Javi Soto with 2 outs and 2 on. Great job by Valera after those 2 singles, getting 2 straight outs. It's deep in the game for Valera, but he is looking good out there today. Imagine he'll be getting some work as well down in Myrtle Beach next weekend. Strike 1, pulled into the zone, but also right on the edge of the plate. Soto picked up an RBI single. He advanced to second on a throwing error on that play from Dolan. Soto high and inside, 1-1. Only a few clouds in the sky. Beautiful Tampa skyline in the background here at the Birdcage, the house that Urso built. And I do say Urso in a plural sense. Both JD and Joe, huge parts of the program. For JD, part of a national championship winning side. 4 seasons of greatness here at UTampa. And for Coach Joe, a lot more than 4 great years. 3-1 now for Soto. Bases could get loaded for A.J. Graham. The former Pirate, I'd imagine, was able to celebrate Gasparilla. And it would be a bit delayed for a Gasparilla home run celebration as the count goes full. So Valera trying to keep both runners from scoring, but they will be running. It is a payoff pitch. There go the runners, and there's a fly ball by Soto. That's got some carry, but braving the sun, Dolan makes the catch to end the inning. It was not an easy frame for Valera, but the senior gets the job done. As festivities, including a corn cob eating contest, will resume during the inning break. We'll be right back. So we're back. Pretty exciting corn cob contest during those middle innings. We don't always have these programs at campus, but it is always fun to get some students in the seats. And that's a reason you should come down to the field, especially when we've got fun days like this today.
For sure.
I got to look at our schedule to find some of our next fun on-campus programs. Oh yeah, Friday night. Next week will be the stand as one game, as that's ball one missing outside. Those games are always fun because the stand as one games are when our other Spartan teams come down to the fields or to the gym to support the Spartans in action. I know the swim team always loves to show up for those games, especially when the volleyball team's in action. They've always come full force to the Bob Martinez Center to cheer on our usually super strong volleyball side. It'll be the stand as one game kicking off the St. Leo series as the count goes 1-1 from Bailey to Contreras. Rolled on the ground, a short, scooped up by Ponce, one away. That'll bring up Ryan Davey with one away. Good stuff so far from Bailey on the mound, looking to complete his fifth inning. With how he's been pitching, maybe he comes back for the sixth. Quality start, you got to go 6 innings and surrender 3 or less runs. High quality start, 7 innings, 2 or less runs. Hit on the ground to Woodburn, and that's a first pitch ground out for out number 2. And that is the ground ball specialist that is known as B.J. Bailey. And I got to say, Bailey's always super upbeat when you see him around the dugout walking to and from the field. He's got a very positive mentality. It's pretty easy to always be positive down here in the winter in Florida. It's usually pretty warm.
For sure.
Bailey himself always, I think, pretty optimistic too.
Can't beat this weather, Taylor.
First pitch high and inside as he opens up to Foster. Bailey, the Clemson product, making the move to Tampa this year. Did a pretty good job last season with the Tigers. 50 strikeouts in 61 innings at the D1 level. And he's going to force another weak roller to Ponce. On a 1-1, an 0-0, and a 1-0 counts, Bailey makes quick work of the top of the fifth. So this time we'll take a full breather as the action in the stands and at the field continues here at the Birdcage. 2-0, Tampa leads.
There's happen side by side. There's a place at the heart of a city where inspiration arrives in quiet moments and possibilities ring out in concert with our past. It's a place.
It'll be Hector Cuevas coming in out of the bullpen to relieve the veteran Valera. Cuevas, the freshman, also out of the Dominican Republic, will get a chance here against Graham, Ponce, and Woodburn. This is Cuevas' debut for the Eagles. We'll take on 9-1-2. Swing and a miss for Graham to start out. Final line score for Valera, 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, No walks, 1 strikeout. Both runs surrendered by Cuevas were earned. He is in line for the loss, but a very good opening outing for him today, finishing on 63 pitches. So while Skold said he might be used as an opener, he's actually had a pretty comfortable opening start to the season. 1-1 on the way for A.J. Graham. Now, in the past, 4 innings would be seen more as an opener start for a starter, but in the modern day, it's more likely and more often that you'll see starters only go 4 or 5 innings in baseball.
Yeah.
Kind of a shame that the era of true workhorses has kind of come to an end. 1-2 to Graham. He popped out last time. Outside. Good run on his fastball. Make it 2-2. Top of the order also waits for the Spartans. Ponce, Woodburn going to have their 3rd times up at the plate. Another reason to likely make that bullpen change as well. Apart from Valera already going a pretty solid distance. Swing and a miss on the 2-2. And his first collegiate strikeout comes against A.J. Graham. 1 away for Ponce. Strikeouts have been few and far in between for Post this weekend. They did record a couple across the board against Tampa yesterday, but Tampa also concluded with more walks comparatively. Low and inside to Ponce. Ball 1. High and outside, good take. Ponce gets ahead 2-0. We'll see if there's activity in the Spartan bullpen or if Bailey does get the green light for the 6th inning. He's only on 49 pitches. That's pretty good through 5. He's on pace for a Maddox, but naturally, he'll probably be done after 6, as that one's just in the inside corner of the plate. 2-1. We did have, I think it was Skylar Gonzalez pulling off a shutout, or at least a complete game effort last season for the Spartans, maybe with 1 earned run. Ponce flared to left field. Will it drop? Yes, it does. It is a 1-out single. Ponce not going to go to 2. The relay throw back in time from Dolan. Ponce gets his first hit of the day to bring up Braden Woodburn. Hit it the other way. You could tell he was a little bit late on that fastball. That shows you it's Cuevas' dominant pitch out of the bullpen. We'll see how deep Cuevas is able to go. He is 6'3", standing on that mound. Ponce with a lead, but he's going to head back as Contreras quickly pops to his feet. Ball 1 to Woodburn. He singled and flew out. First pitch fly out, and a full count single. Let's see if Woodburn can stay absolutely electric at the plate. Popped up. And while Ponce will make his way back to first base, the first baseman dropped it, and it's a fair ball. They will get Ponce out at second, barring a drop. So 2 away, but a bit of chaos on the dropped ball by Cardona. Normally that would be an infield fly rule, but they didn't single it, although they do get the same outcome as Ponce, out on the force at second. Very weird outcome there.
Yeah. Don't see much of that happening.
So it is a second out for Cuevas, and it is a base runner for the Spartans. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Evans. Second error of the game for Post. Sharply to third, past the diving man. That'll put runners at first and third, as heading into third is Woodburn. Great hustle, runners at the corners. First pitch swing, first pitch single for Evans. The table set for Yoander Irigoyen, and that is bad news for Post. 7 straight times reaching base, and 8th, unless it's a walker hit by pitch, would make it 3-0 Tampa. 2 outs now. Cuevas to Irigoyen. Popped up 0-1 to the Spartan catcher. High, ball 1. Low and inside, 2-1 now. Irigoyen to short. Will be a close play at first. He cannot beat the throw. Good split by Cardona to make the grab. Inning over. And a good escape by Cuevas.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
2 hits, an error, 2 runners stranded. Tampa still leads 2-0. We'll be right back.
There's a place cultures. There is a place where people go shoulder to shoulder instead of head to head, where opportunity doesn't knock, it pounds. And the grind and the grand happen side by side. There's a place at the heart of a city where inspiration arrives in quiet moments.
Well, yesterday we had a lot of offense. Entering the top of the seventh, it was a pretty lopsided scoreline if we take a look at it. At that point, it was 16-8. Tampa would later extend in the lucky seventh to make it 19-8 and close the day with an 11-run win. But it's still anyone's game here, a 2-0 Tampa advantage. Who will come out of Tampa's bullpen this afternoon? First pitch to Jake Brooks. Swing and a miss. B.J. Bailey, 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. You'd imagine he's done after 6 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Cuevas with some good stuff out of the bullpen early on. And that bullpen remains empty for Post. They're trusting Cuevas at least for this inning, maybe even for the 7th. You kind of have to find 5 starters for next weekend for Post, so you don't mind giving players like Velasquez and Cuevas long relief outings as the count goes 0-2 and stays 0-2 on the foul tip. Tampa doesn't need to worry about their 4th starter yet. You'd imagine it'll be Satin, Glanton, and Bailey back next weekend. 2 strikes to Brooks. Did he swing? Yes, he did.
Wow.
Strike 3. He just went around. Third strikeout for Cuevas. Out of the bullpen. Second strikeout, actually. 1 away. One away for Vanacek. Had a grand slam yesterday, 2 flyouts so far. Swing and a miss. That was a home run swing if I've seen one. 0-1. Something's up with the catcher. I imagine it's something to do with the pitch comm getting disconnected. They're going to quickly fix that over by the dugout. The evolution of catcher-pitcher communication has been pretty interesting these last few years. Used to just be the signals that could get stolen, but now PitchCom makes things pretty easy. They're actually adding PitchCom to MLB The Show this year. So when the game recommends you to throw like a ball or strike somewhere, you can actually hear it through like the controller.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, I think
cool.
sports games should be released every 2 years or so because most of the time it really is just a reskin with an Oster update. But I got to give credit to San Diego Studios. They actually put some love into adding new features, even if they still could do a little bit more. A lot of people on social media complain about the show's graphics. And I think that's fair. They haven't had a lot of upgrades since 2017 in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the Konami games that they do for NPB with Power Pros Baseball and Pro Yaku Spirits look absolutely beautiful in comparison. But what's also fun about MLB The Show, you now get college baseball. There are 11 new D1 colleges being added this year.
Wow. That's a huge upgrade.
It certainly is. You already had 8 last year, but I think Coastal Carolina might be one of them added this year. 2-1, missing inside to Vanacek.
Really?
That would be cool. You could play as Book's alma mater.
Oh, yeah, right.
Some of the other Spartans have had some experience with some of those schools and games. I think they might be adding Miami, where players like Villegas and Joe Ursa or J.D. Urso had played. 2-1 on the way.
Yeah, you could play them. They should bring, you know how they have college football 25? They should bring, like, college baseball 25.
That would be a fun one.
That, oh my gosh, I'd probably be playing that game for, like, hours.
Especially you get the male bats full time instead of just in row to the show. Although it is
know.
awesome that they're in row to the show, as that is a 5-pitch walk to Vanacek. They had a custom school feature. I know what school I'm creating first. Bringing this team to D1 and bringing them.
Yeah, there's talks
to
that this
Omaha.
team might be D1.
Well, you could always argue that Tampa's programs are D1 quality.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't think that's a pretty ridiculous statement if you look across the board.
No, it's not even a hot take.
First pitch on the way. Down low, ball 1.
Right.
Tampa's, outside the last few years, has had some pretty solid MLB talent in the past. Most notably, Tino Martinez, the famous Yankee and Mariner corner infielder. His number is also retired out in the infield, or out in the outfield, the number 3. He is my mom's favorite player. Did you know that?
Really? Who is the player again?
Tino Martinez.
Tino Martinez.
When are they going to add him back into the show is my question. 1-1 to Carlson. High and inside. 2-1. Command slipping a little bit away here in this frame for Cuevas. Runner on first. 1 out. Double play opportunity is on the board. Beers had a day off. Don't know if he'll get the call again today. Maybe for the 8th or 9th. Ball 3 missing. On deck is Javi Soto. And there is activity down at the post bullpen now, as the wind continues to pick up. Looks like it is blowing a little further out to the outfield now. Fouled away. That'll bring the counts to 3-2. Carlson struck out on a 2-2 count last time, and he had an RBI double on a 3-2 count in the second inning. He has worked some long at-bats.
Wow.
That is something Coach Urso is going to love to see as he's getting more reps at the plate. Payoff pitch missing. Runner will advance. Doesn't matter that it slipped by Contreras. Runners are just going to go to first and second. After a walk, the ball is called dead, so try as he might, Vanacek would not have been able to steal third on that play. At least I don't think you can. I know you know the movie Little Big League, another baseball classic?
Little Big League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the kid becoming the coach of the Twins?
Wait, Little Big League.
I think that's it, right? Surely it is. Where they also hype up Ken Griffey as a pretty awesome villain. Let me double check the name, as that's going to miss up high for ball 1. Yep, it is Little Big League.
Never seen them. I've heard of it.
I've seen it on TikTok. That's how I watch all my movies these days, because I just see clips floating around everywhere.
Yeah.
But one of the funny moments is when he tells one of his players, after working a walk, to not stop at first and run to second. Apparently, that is a legal play, or at least was for a while. That one sent backwards, 1-1 to Soto.
Walking to second?
So you can just go and steal second on a walk.
Huh.
I'd have to look up the true baseball rule books to see if that's still legal. Definitely not a great idea, but on a play like that, base is empty. I don't know. Maybe you give it the old college try if you've got the speed like Braden Woodburn. 1-1 to Soto. 2-1, missing away. And this time, Cuevas not able to steal a strike. He has been struggling with command. Wonder if the stamina could be a little bit lacking for him. He carries high power, but struggling in his second inning of work. It is the bottom of the Spartan order. A.J. Graham was due up, although it looks like they might be making a change. Foul down the line, and everyone having to dodge that at the Spartans dugout. One player jumping to his feet was Luke Fikar. He might head to the bullpen later. He did pitch yesterday, but I think he'll probably be good to go.
How you doing?
Soto flared foul again. 2-2, sent almost to the seats, over to the net. Fresh set of balls for the umpire. The AB continues, 1 away, 2 aboard. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Spartans lead to the birdcage for the Greek Week game. high. Close take.
Oh my gosh.
If Soto wasn't 5'7", he'd be headed back to the dugout.
Yeah.
That is why short kings rule the game of baseball. Would be cool if I could pull up an interesting thing like Altuve was a SSC alum. But no, I don't think he went to a D2 college, unfortunately.
No.
There are some players that have, though.
Yeah.
Popped up, will be playable. Cardona tracking. Catcher makes the catch. He pulled away to allow Contreras to get it. 2 outs to bring up a pinch hitter. The first change on defense for the Spartans will follow. Jake Turr replaces A.J. Graham. Turr came off the bench yesterday, picked up a 2 RBI single. Sadly, the stream was dead, so we weren't able to save that replay, I don't think. Well, I'm pretty sure the social media got some footage of it as he'll take outside ball 1. But as I told Jake as we were walking back to campus, he'll probably get another hit. And well, he might have a chance right here. 2 on, 2 away. He'd love to extend the Spartans' lead.
Has a good opportunity.
A big chance to convert. A.J. Graham was given the start after being successful in some pinch hit appearances. That one taken high and inside for ball 2 to Turr. Turr has been a utility man. Really hasn't featured too often for the Spartans. Only 20 at-bats last season. But he's been pretty consistent and a pretty solid pinch hitter, hitting over 400 in that span. In 2023, he played for the top U18 team in the nation as ranked by Perfect Game. Although we might have a little bit of beef with Perfect Game at Tampa because they've only ranked us second in D2.
Really?
Yeah,
Who's
interesting.
number 1?
Might be UT Tyler. I forget. I'd have to double check. But either way, I think we at Tampa know what we'd rank ourselves for the moment.
Oh, I mean, there's not a doubt. I mean, we don't have to hesitate saying that.
3-1 count for Jake Turr. No major infield shift for Turr at the moment, and he'll work a walk. Great discipline as he gets on base to load the bases. 3rd walk of the inning for the Spartans, and that has been the free bases they have been able to work throughout the weekend. It's a staple of Joe Urso teams having that discipline. Skold is going to have a quick conference on the mound. Will this coincide with a change? Yes, it will. Movement from the bullpen. Cuevas' day is done. Bases loaded. They're going to make a call to the bullpen. We'll be back with more action from the birdcage right after this.
stand side by side. There is a place at the heart of a city where inspiration arrives in quiet moments and possibilities ring out in concert with our past.
And we're back, warming up with a Tampa 3-0 lead now. It is C.J. Pierce, a sophomore out of Southington, Connecticut. He is a returning player for the Post Eagles. 6.75 ERA last season. 21 Ks in 18 innings.
Oh.
Not too bad for his numbers. He'll make his season debut this year. 12 walks in that same span, but it was mainly some bad BABIP luck that kind of got in the way for him in 2025. I believe he was redshirted his freshman year. He comes from my hometown of Southington, Connecticut, should mention.
Wow. Small world.
Certainly is. First pitch on the way. Framed into the zone, strike one, and that'll put Woodburn down 0-1 to the count. You can tell Pierce has got some good velo. Swing and a miss. Woodburn behind it, 0-2. Bases loaded. Pierce showing no signs of fear going up against Tampa's best hitter, at least for the moment. And Woodburn will use his timeout just to reset. Very quick pace of play from Pierce. He's pretty locked in, so just wants him, I think, to maybe get a little bit less.
Yeah.
A little bit out of the groove, maybe. 0-2. Just down low. Sharp break on that one. Good take by Woodburn. One more time. 1-2 from Pierce. Ball two, missing down low. And that was a very well taken timeout from Woodburn. He's now worked an 0-2 count to 2-2. And he's going to get hit. Pierce misses. And the bat almost hits Evans in the on-deck circle. 4-0 Spartans.
He almost caught that. That was kind of impressive. He didn't even hesitate or anything.
I think Pierce might have walked over to apologize to Woodburn potentially. I don't know. Stepping off the mound after missing that offering. Base is still full for Jordan Evans. Getting hit is an art, especially if you can draw some hit-by pitches the same way that Woodburn sometimes can. It'll add another run for the Spartans, and the bases are still full. Here's Jordan Evans. First pitch from Pierce. Down low, close call, but this strike zone can be pretty unforgiving at times. So the Southington sophomore going to have to find a way to get back in the groove. 1-0. And quite literally, as that ball rolls away from Contreras, 5-0 Spartans. It's also been 5 straight balls after that timeout from Woodburn.
Got to find a rhythm.
You got to feel gutted for Pierce.
Yeah.
Almost out of the jam. But instead, now 2 runs have scored, although the benefit, it does open up a free base at first. 2-0 on the way. High, 3-0. And the dangerous Uruguayan awaits. If Uruguayan keeps the inning going, Tampa will have successfully hit around the order. Good strike there from Pierce, an important one on the 3-0 count. Make it 3-1. Ball 4, just up high, just on the edge of the zone. And the bases are loaded again. There will be a little more action, you imagine, out of that Post bullpen now. Here comes Irigoyen. Base is full. 5-0 Tampa lead. They've already put 3 on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. The next pitch out of Pierce. Strike one to Irigoyen. And a good recovery to now open the at-bat with the strike. You could tell he was locked in, ready to go out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
And then Woodburn's timeout threw him off slightly. But now we'll get ahead 0-2 to Irigoyen. And you imagine Irigoyen might do the same, stepping away. Pierce is already set again, ready to go. 0-2 to try to get out of the jam. Ripped into the outfield. That's going to get down and right. Will it roll past the right fielder? No, it's scooped up, but it'll bring home one. It'll bring home two. And they're sending the third runner home. They got him. They got him at the plate. A 2 RBI single for Irigoyen, but aggression from the Spartans does end the inning right here. Evans out at home, but Woodburn comes home. Ponce comes home, and Tampa jumps to a 7-0 lead, entering the top of the 7th.
Oh, it's a costume race.
We'll be right back. Actually, no, we're going to stick here. We've got a costume race that'll be starting from left field. It is starting all the way out in left field, so we'll just use that center field camera to try to keep an eye on it. We'll do some live play-by-play for it if possible. In the meantime, Alex Lash will warm up out of the bullpen. And the race begins in center field. One of the runners already falling behind. The runner in the banana costume in the middle of the pack, but it's 3 runners with red shirt leading the way. They hit the 395 line, and 1 runner on the inside is pulling away. The banana costume trying to break free, but there's no room. The other lead runner is falling back. The red shirt on the outside is going to take the lead. Run to the line. They are all alone. They will come home to win. The banana costume takes second, but a red shirt runner wins it on the outfield costume race. I couldn't tell what fruit they were wearing. But either way, a red costume takes it home. An exciting outfield race. Lash continues his warm-up. We'll be right back.
Where opportunity doesn't knock, it pounds.
I know someone on social media made a comment. They want to see more Alex Lash content. Well, here you go. Lash is going to head out of the bullpen to relieve B.J. Bailey. Bailey, 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 Ks. As long as that error by Soto stands, it'll be a 1-hit game for him and a quality start. The first quality start of the Spartan season. Congrats to B.J. Bailey. Lash working out of the bullpen. Will he go all 3 innings? Will he pick just 1 inning out of the bullpen? We'll have to wait and see. 2-3-4 await. Cornwell batting lefty now, switching from the right-handed stance. And he almost gets hit, ball 1. Excellent costume race during the inning break. Tampa up to a 7-0 lead thanks to that 5-run 6th inning. And they did it off just 1 hit. Inside, 2-0. Lash's command not perfect out of the gate. He falls behind against Cornwell. High and away, 3-0 from Lash. Tampa hasn't given up a walk since the 3rd inning today, but Lash might surrender one to start his outing out of the bullpen. 1.8 ERA, he picks up 3 Ks in 5 innings so far. And he'll find the zone to make it 3-1. Lash is a junior, previously out of Delgado Community College. He had multiple all-district awards back in high school. And that's ball 4, leadoff walk. That'll bring up Erglovich. Lefty-righty matchup for Lash. He's got 3 right-handers on deck, so not a terrible spot for Lash to be in. Now that Tampa's got a larger lead, I don't think they'll need to call Sammy Beer's number. Swing and a miss, strike one. Beer, of course, also had 4 innings back on Friday, so I'd imagine they'll keep him healthy for next weekend.
Yeah.
Ursa loves having the multi-inning flexibility out of Beer. Really good when you have a reliever that isn't just good for that 1 inning. You can come in earlier if you're in trouble and just stay in the game.
Right.
That is exactly what he did with 1 hit over 4 frames. 7 strikeouts alongside that, too, for his 2nd save of the season. And Tampa was in range of the save with just a 3-run margin, but 2-1 lead when he entered. But notably for Beer, if you go 3 innings to close out the game out of the bullpen, no matter what the score is, you get the save, no matter what. So he would have had the save if Tampa was up 7-2 when he entered. Fouled away, and it's now going to be still 1-2. Good job battling by Erglovich. Good job by Lash to get ahead in the count.
Good slider from there.
Let's see what Lash can do this time around. Runner on first, no one out. Double play opportunity could be on the board. Ball 2. Can't get him to chase the high heat just yet. Better discipline at the plate today from Post compared to their first 2 games of the series. They have struck out 5 times against Bailey. Yesterday, they ended up going down 10 times on swings and misses. And in game 1, 17 times. Tipped foul. 10 strikeouts for Satin, 7 for Beer. Tampa's most strikeouts in a game this season so far. Dominant work from the 2 best pitchers you could say on the staff at the moment. The Friday night ace and the fireman, Sammy Beer. 2-2, swing and a miss. And there's K number 1 for Lash. 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Maiko Cardona again. Turr staying the game at the hot corner for the Spartans. He replaced A.J. Graham at the plate. High and inside, strike 1. Turr did come home to score after working that walk. Swing and a miss, strike 2 for Lash. Warming up after that first batter walk. Oh, 2 on the way. Fouled. Beautiful afternoon, but clouds do await in the horizon here at Tampa. There is predicted rain later this evening. The good news is, unless this game goes 20 innings, we'll stay nice and dry.
Yeah.
Would have probably prompted a 3 p.m. start to get pushed up if it was there.
Right.
No movement from the batter, and that'll bring the count to 2-2. 1-2. So a 1-2 count from Lash to Cardona. Missing away. Now it's 2-2. The Daytona 500 is also tonight. That might get interrupted with some rain. Seems like every Florida race does. They got to pick better times to run them.
Right.
Probably going to have to do it on Monday, sadly. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss outside. Lash strikes again. 2nd strikeout out of the pen. Contreras back at the plate now. 0 for 2 today.
See if you can get a 3-peat here.
Can Lash strike out the side, leaving a runner on board? High and in, ball 1. We'll see how deep Lash goes out of the bullpen. You'd imagine he'd probably be back for the 8th unless Joe wants someone else to go. Fikar pitched yesterday, but only for an inning, so he'd be ready to go, I'd imagine, today as the count goes 1-1. Activity of the post bullpen. We'll see if the Southington sophomore Pierce returns, or if due to his struggles, they'll just go with someone else out of the bullpen. Great breaking ball there for strike 2 from Lash. Completely buckled Contreras that time around. 1-2 for Alex Slash. And he clips him on the arm. Yep. Unlucky with 2 strikes, could have escaped the jam, but he clips him with a hit by pitch, just missing the inside slider to bring up Ryan Davey. Runner in scoring position now in the form of Cornwell. That also puts Contreras at first. Davies won on the first pitch of both of his at-bats. He almost goes around there. Would have been a good idea. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 on the way from Lash. Doing a better job of getting ahead in the count. Just got to make sure he's hitting his spot this time around. And he does. Strike 2. Big whiff on the slider. Davey going around early. One more strike needed. The 0-2. Rolled. Will be a close play at first. Lash gets the ball. His throw's in time and on target, inning over. Great fielding by Lash to retire the side. 2 strikeouts, 2 stranded on no hits with a hit by pitch and walk. And that'll bring us to the lucky 7. Stretch time at the birdcage. We'll be right back.
What's next is for any of us to decide. A place to call home.
Call to the bullpen for Post. They'll bring out the sophomore Logan Politano. Really solid arm for their pitching staff last year with a 4.86 ERA. Mainly out of the bullpen. He'll be tasked with innings 8 and 9 potentially afterwards. But for now, he's got to make it past the lucky 7. Books, Vanacek, Carlson due up. Books started a lengthy 6th inning with a strikeout. Can he improve this time? He's 1 for 3 today. Outside, ball 1. Politano out of Arlington High, graduated in 2024, out in Beekman, New York. And a good year last year with the Eagles as the count goes 1-1. Coach Urso said that with Tampa getting up pretty early in the game yesterday, there might have been a lack of focus across the defense, causing some of those errors that plagued the Spartans. But definitely, Tampa's a little more locked in today. Books using his lone batting timeout as the count goes 1-1. Politano ready to go. Good spot, 1-2. Politano showing stronger control out of the bullpen to get started. And that one, about a 75-foot pitch landing on the turf. Not just the turf at home plate, but actually the green turf on the grass. 2-2. Driven to center by Books. That one's got a carry. That one's got a chance. See ya. Solo shot for Jake Books. There's his first homer as a Spartan.
What a bomb.
Coach Skold lamented that Tampa's power hitters have found the barrel this weekend, and they once again take the Eagles deep. 8-0 Tampa. Bases empty for Vanacek. So we've seen Vanacek, Books, and Soto get their first home runs against Post this weekend. And it'll be strike one taken inside for Vanacek. Actually, got to correct myself. Soto did homer against Montevallo. There were multiple homers, though, for Woodburn. You've got a little ways to go before another Woodburn at bat, potentially. For now, Vanacek flies one to the outfield. That one could drop as a blooper. It will. A single for Vanacek, landing just in front of Diaz. First hit of the day for Vanacek. That'll bring Carlson to the plate. Soto on deck. They're not making any pinch hitting changes yet. Carlson worked a walk last time and hit an RBI double. He has had each of his at-bats go to pretty deep counts so far. He'd like to do the same against Politano. He was a little bit shaky out of the bullpen. Politano only gave up one home run last year. Well, that's his first opponent in 2025, hitting one against him. So after 37 innings of just one home run conceded in 2025, it's a first at-bat home run for Jake Books. 0-1 on the way to Carlson. High and inside. Books only had one home run last season at Coastal Carolina as well. Back in 2022, he was a top 500 prospect in the nation. He waits at home plate as Carlson's ready to go. 1-1 from Politano. High, 2-1. Three and one to Carlson. Again, the strike zone in these later innings has been really unforgiving for a lot of relievers.
Yeah.
Lefty warming up for Post out of the bullpen. Ponce, the next left-handed batter, still a ways away. It's Soto on deck. Tur to follow. Foul by Carlson. He'll get a full count. Runner on first. Will they send Vanacek? Haven't seen him try a steal this season. That didn't necessarily go for steals back at the State College of Florida last year. (3-2). Popped up. This one playable, but will probably land behind the Spartan dugout. We'll go again. Those pop-ups down to the left side go right in view of the Strass Center, which is just across the bridge. Really close location for campus if Tampa students want to go to some performances. A pretty easy walk, maybe about 10 minutes, 15 if you're really unlucky.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch to Carlson. Vanacek not going. Ball four. Carlson works another walk. 2 on, no one out. 3 more base runners for the Spartans to kick off the lucky 7. Got to bring up Javi Soto. Right next to the Strass Center, across the river, we've got the Barrymore Hotel. It's not only just a hotel, but it's also a place where students have housing for Tampa.
Yep.
I was there for my senior year when there wasn't any spots on campus.
Really?
Yep.
You didn't have like an apartment or?
Didn't have an apartment.
How'd you like it?
I was pretty good at the hotel for a bit. Then found an open spot on campus to move into.
Cool.
Pretty good spot.
Yeah.
A lot of students do like to get apartments all around Tampa. I know the Henry's, I think, one of the places.
Henry's a pretty good spot. That's
lot
where Jackson stays at.
Nice. That's where a lot of kids like to go. I imagine some of the baseball team in some pretty good spots, too. 1-1 count now to Soto. Soto popped up. Is this playable? Looks like it. This will be an infield fly rule no matter what. Cardona makes the catch. First out of the inning, 2 aboard. That'll bring up Turr once again. You look in the on-deck circle. I think Ponce is staying in.
Hyping up the bat boy. We like that.
Coach Menace's son, always a fan favorite. Not just here, but especially when the team goes on the road, trips to Cary, North Carolina included. 0-1 now for Turr. Good take.
For sure.
But that is called strike 1. Logan Politano finally feeling a little more comfortable out there. Ponce awaits. Swing and a miss. Very nice slider there. Make it 0-2 to Turr. Turr worked a walk last time, loading the bases. He would score on the 2 RBI single by Irigoyen. Evans couldn't come home on the play, though, ending the inning. Actually, he came home on an RBI walk, or wild pitch beforehand. Anyway, 0-2 on the way. Ooh, close, but just outside. 1-2 to Turr. Still bottom of the 7th. Double play opportunity, a possibility for the post infield if they can force a grounder. Driver's seat for Politano in the count. Oh. Flared to right field. That could be fair. Tough ball to reach. Foster makes the catch, diving down. Both runners go back 2 away. Good hustle again in right field by Foster. That'll be the second out of the inning. Going back to the top of the order for Jesse Ponce. Woodburn awaits on deck. For now, it's Ponce. First pitch from Politano. Ponce popped up. That'll get Politano out of the jam. Tracking it is the shortstop. Left fielder coming in. Makes the play. Inning over. Solo shot starts the inning. 2 runners get stranded on 2 hits. They add to the advantage, but can't convert too much here in the lucky 7th. They do lead 8-0, and we'll be back in the top of the 8th. Call to the bullpen for Post. For the bottom of the 8th, the final time they'll be on defense unless they put up 8 in the 9th. They'll bring out Gavin Deignan for his freshman debut, a true freshman out of Wantagh, New York. It might actually be Wanta. Not the greatest with some of the New York City pronunciations. There are some with interesting ones up north there in New York. Beautiful across the board, though, in the state. Deignan out of Wantagh High School in 2025, two-sport athlete. He won the Joe Correa Dual Diamond Award.
Oh.
So, pretty cool stuff. I think that's a high school level award for his region of New York. Pretty nice for him. The lefty will take on a pretty tough crop of Spartans players. Woodburn, Evans, Irigoyen due up. And we are going to see Woodburn get started. And it looks like Evans also will get a chance behind him. We will see, though, if it's Irigoyen going again. 3-hit day for Irigoyen. Maybe they give Drew Kennedy or Fogel another at-bat. But Irigoyen does have his batting gear on, so it looks like it'll be the latter. Don't change behind home plate. I think it might be Hartman coming into the game to catch. Or no, it's actually going to be Alberto Cantalini. He'll take ball 1. So a defensive swap right here, entering the bottom of the 8th. 2-0 count now from the lefty. Did he swing? No, he did not. Good check by Woodburn. Kind of tough for Deignan. He has to take on Woodburn, Evans, and Irigoyen for his first 3 college at-bats. 3 really good players for this Tampa offense. Hard of the order, even. And even crazier, they're all right-handed hitters. That's a 4-pitch walk to start. And you know the trivia, Landon. Percentage of times that a leadoff walk leads to a run?
Oh, we did. You asked me this yesterday. Well, it was like 36%, right?
Correct, about 33%.
33 to 36.
No difference from getting a leadoff hit or an error.
Yeah. I actually got something right this time.
You did. Taking a look at Tampa walks today, they have drawn quite a few. Most of them have come home to score at about a 66% clip.
Oh.
1-0 for Jordan Evans.
Just from this series, right?
Just for the game today.
Oh, yeah, the game today. Oh. Wow.
Tampa's drawn 6. They've scored 4 times off of them. Evans was prevented from scoring on his last walk as Woodburn stays put. And Carlson was also stranded back in the 7th after his walk. Deignan is yet to throw a strike. Outside, 2-1. Our stats broadcast page incorrectly put the 46 replacing Woodburn instead of the catcher. So, congratulations to Lucas Johns. At least for the moment, you've got a collegiate walk. Fouled away from Evans. 2-2. Wonder if Johns will get some pitching time soon. He's new transfer out of Santa Fe College. Again, that hot spot for Tampa talent. He was an All-Citrus Conference second-team member last year for Santa Fe College.
Wow.
2-2 to Evans. Rip to third. That gets through for a base hit. Woodburn stays at second. Deignan does get a strike, but Evans converts for his second hit of the game. Two on for Irigoyen. Jake Books awaits. He'll stay in the game to take on the lefty. But for now, it's JoJo. Breaking ball just missing outside, 1-0. One hit given up over 8 innings for the Spartans. Stellar work on the defensive end. Missing outside again. Deignan was checking on Woodburn. Doesn't give a pickoff throw, though.
Oh, they just switched Jake Books out.
They did. They took him out of the on-deck circle. They'll bring on the right-handed batter, Dennis McCaffrey. McCaffrey will also probably stay in right field, would be my guess. Down to the dirt, 3-0 now. And he might get 2 base runners to work with. That might also see a change on the mound. Books will end his weekend with a solo shot. Not bad.
I think it's a good way to end the series.
Ball 4, bases loaded.
Juiced.
Skold waiting at the edge of the dugout. I think trying to give a little extra time for the righty to warm up in a bullpen. We'll see if this is a change or just a conference for the true freshman. 8-0 Tampa lead. And again, it also isn't a high leverage spot. So I bet he's just trying to tell them that, you know what, man? Settle in, throw some strikes. If they score off of it, that happens. It's your debut. You're taking on Tampa, who's a 2-time defending national champ.
Yeah.
We're a team that doesn't always go super far. We don't usually face opponents like Tampa.
Right.
Treat this as a learning experience. If you make a mistake, you know, you've got plenty of time to make up for it. We're going to Myrtle Beach next week. Let's see if you can get out of the jam.
Right.
It's probably not what Skold's saying, but that might be what I'd say in this spot. I don't know if it's good advice at all. I'm kind of just waffling, kind of eating up some time.
I'll go with it. I mean, with me not being a pitcher in the game.
But either way, Deignan is ready to go. The bases are full. He's got Woodburn at third, Evans at second, Urigoyen at first. And it's Dennis McCaffrey at the plate. On deck, Vanacek will stay in the game, though. Unless they make another mid-at-bat change like they did for Books. But let's see what the rookie out of New York can do. Lefty-righty disadvantage. First pitch. Strike one right down Main Street. And that is exactly what Smoke wanted to see. Oh, and 1 to McCaffrey. Strike 2, low and inside. Good spot, good frame by Cantillini. I think they might have brought in a pinch runner or two. I believe currently Goldberg's waiting at first base. Strike 3, got him looking, painted the corner.
Wow.
Beautiful work that time by Deignan. 1 away, base is still full for Vanacek.
Good spottage.
Post fans will know all too well what Vanacek can do in a clutch spot like this. Grand salami yesterday.
See if he can hit another one.
The runners awaiting. I'm pretty sure Evans is still at second. That's popped high. Will be a 9th run of the game unless it's not deep enough. The second baseman can't find it. The runner from third will score. There will be out number 2. Infield fly rule called. Well, heads up tag by Woodburn on an infield fly. 9-0 Spartans. With the bases loaded, that's always going to get called as an infield fly rule. For that exact reason. That would have been an easy double play because it dropped in front of Vega, and the runners at first and second were staying put.
No, if I was the second baseman, I definitely would have had it dropped in front, double play.
Good news for Vanacek. That's an RBI sac fly, technically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fogel at the plate. He'll replace the current batter. That being Gunnar Carlson, 0-1.
That looked good in his stat sheet.
So I believe it is still Tampa's number 38 at first, that being Goldberg. That one's going to be hit to second. Will be a close play at first. Scooped up by Vega. Throws in time, inning over. And we're ahead to the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth. So Tampa brings home a run on 1 hit. They leave 2 on the base path. 3 outs to go. Will it be Lash for the save? Will it be a call to the pen? We'll have to wait and see as Tampa makes a flurry of defensive changes. We'll be right back.
There's a place. Somewhere
Call to the bullpen complete. Oscar Hernandez will enter the game. Another State College of Florida transfer. He's had D2 experience before, being with Nova Southeastern in 2023 and 2024. Went to high school at Montverde Academy. 9-run Spartan lead. And Tampa ready to go. Top of the order, Diaz, Cornwell, Erdlovich due up for post. Oscar Hernandez, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks over 4 innings. Only gave up 1 hit. He has got an 0.75 whip, alongside a perfect 0 ERA for the moment. 1-0 count now from Hernandez to Diaz. That'll be strike 1, and actually called to the bench, inverted number 41. Gantafis will enter the game in this position of the lineup. High and inside, 2-1. Change for Cornwell on deck. They'll have Hunter Keller get a pinch hit appearance. 2-2. We'll see if Erdlovich stays in the game or if they make another shuffle right there. 2-2 from Oscar Hernandez. Got him for strike 3. 11th strikeout for the Spartan pitching staff. 1 away for Hunter Keller. And another change is getting prepped off the bench. Dario Sosa will get some warm-up swings in the on-deck circle. Coach Skoll making some swaps for the 9th inning, getting some extra reps for some of his players. High and inside, ball 1. Lash ends with 2 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks. If not for the single by Foster, Tampa would be on a no-no. Because of how the Soto error got counted. Otherwise, Tampa would have had 2 hits conceded.
Yeah.
One from Hernandez. High, 2-1. Good take by Keller. Keller, a graduate transfer out of Oxford, Connecticut. A graduate student. I assume he transferred as a graduate, as that one's tipped foul, 2-2. No, he's just a graduate student that's been a career guy at Post, so he got the extra year of eligibility. Kind of like Trinidad Chambliss just did.
Yeah,
as
right.
QB.
That was awesome.
Ooh. And he decided to give Keller a little bit of a benefit there. That was close, 3-2.
Yeah, that was a gimme.
Hey, you can't fight City Hall. 1 more strike needed. Kennedy set to receive, and ooh. Hernandez missed, and you can tell his reaction amount. He was like, ooh, I missed that one. Full count HBP, 1 aboard, 1 away.
4-6-3 could happen.
Woodburn still at second. Ponce at first, Tur at third. McCaffrey's currently in right field. Kennedy in home plate. Those are the main defensive changes we've seen. Soto and Evans staying put on defense. Sosa ready to go. First pitch on the way from Hernandez. Outside, ball 1. Cardona about to be replaced with Hartman should the inning continue. Changes across the board for the Post offense. Make it 1-1. Good spot there from Hernandez. Keller at first. We'll see if he goes. Good slider, strike 2.
Yes. Good spot. Uno Mas.
Uno Mas indeed. The junior down 1-2 in the count. Down low, great take, 2-2. Good block by Kennedy. That one misses for ball 3.
Good reaction.
Seeing Kennedy's first reps behind home plate for the season. It's usually been Matthew Fogel picking up the glove.
Mm-hmm.
Fogel, a pinch hitter for Carlson, so he stays in the dugout. Popped up. That will be caught. Good catch by Kennedy, 2 away. This time gets a full count out as Hartman steps to the plate with 1 out remaining. Strike 1 to Hartman, finds the inside corner.
Right down Main Street.
One and one now. Small lead from Keller. He's not thinking about stealing just yet. Well, now we'll go on the wild pitch. Took a weird bounce away from Kennedy. With a 9-0 lead, I don't think Tampa would do anything too aggressive on a throw in this situation. Runner hits scoring position. 2-1 on the way from Hernandez to Hartman. Outside 3-1. Cantillini awaits. They'll keep him in the game. He was the defensive replacement for Contreras at the catcher position. Ball 4. Sosa gets aboard. That's a Hernandez walk to add a second base runner. Strike 1 on the inside corner. And Hernandez will want to get ahead of this at bat right here. Looking to hold on to the Spartan shutout. Swing and a miss. One more strike needed. Big whiff by Cantillini. And the junior out of Torrington, Connecticut. Down 0-2. Hernandez checks the runner. Fires. Got him for the sweep. Swing and a miss. Tampa makes it 10 in a row to close out the weekend series. With a 9-0 win, they finish this weekend flawless. Stellar work for Tampa to close out the current slate of out-of-conference matchups as Tampa comes home to win 9-0. It is Tampa's second shutout of the season, and a great day on defense, Landon.
Yes, indeed it was.
Tampa made the plays they needed to. Only one error, which was a questionable play there from Soto. And they also held post to just one hit. Foster delivering them the only base knock of the game. They did get a handful of walks.
Yeah.
But couldn't do much with the runners. 5 stranded on base. B.J. Bailey takes his second win of the season and the first Tampa quality start, going 6 innings with 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Lash with a walk and 5 Ks out of the bullpen. Hernandez a walk and 2 Ks for the 9th inning. Lash couldn't get the save, but he does a great job. So does Hernandez. The pitching for Post a little bit weaker. Valera, really solid start. 4 innings with 2 surrendered. A couple of shakier outings. Got to give credit to Deignan. He had the bases loaded and 1 away. Really scary spot for a freshman. But he only gives up a run on a sac fly infield fly rule, which is a very awkward play in general.
Yeah.
Stranding 2 in the process. So good work from the lefty. Imagine he'll get back to work next week for Post as well.
That's it.
Post will conclude their Florida trip and begin their plans for a trip to Myrtle Beach, where they hope to avoid 0-5 like they did last year. And that's not hyperbole. That's what Coach Skold told me. They're hoping that they'll do a little bit better against some really tough Northeast foes. For Post fans tuning in, best of luck next week on the road. Hopefully we see you in Cary if you guys can go on a big run. But Tampa ends this winning with a sweep. Conference play right around the corner for the Spartans. A little bit less big bombs on offense. Only one long shot from Jake Books. But it's all Tampa needs. They're 8-0 with a 9-0 win.